So, okay, guys, I would like to discuss about press forging in the manufacturing process. So, in the last session, we had discussed about the what is forging, the classification of forging, different forging operations. So, in this session, I'm going to give the brief idea about the press forging and machine forging process. So, the press forging can be defined as it is the process of changing its shape and size by plastic deformation with this heated metal. Okay, the forging, either it is a hot forging or cold forging, where you can able to perform transformation of metals can be heated above its recrystalline temperature. We will call it as a hot forging. The temperature heating the metal at the room temperature, we will call it as a cold forging operation. So now let us discuss about the press forging and how the principle involved in the press forging. What is the diagrammatic representation while performing the press forging? What is the various applications in this press forging can be made, and some of the advantages and limitations also we'll discuss in detail in this session. So look at the hydraulic press forging. I hope the students, especially for mechanical engineers, production engineers, and automobile engineers, these type of process to be understand clearly. So whenever while making some automobile field and aeronautical field and some of the in shipping also these type of operations manufacturing process can be most widely used. So in this forging operation, generally we are going to perform two things. One is the hot forging operation, second one is the cold forging operation. So let us see what is the clear idea of working of a hydraulic press and how the hydraulic press forging can be done with this simple points. So let us see in this diagram you can clearly understand. So this is a hydraulic press and this is the table, and above the table there will be a die and bottom die, top die. So this is called bottom die and this is called top die, and in between the workpiece are heated metal. When it is hot forging process, you can keep the hot metal. When it is a cold working process, you can keep the metal at the room temperature only. Okay, and there will be a ram, and here high pressure. Hydraulic means obviously hydraulic means with the application of fluid, either liquid or oil or any type of in a fluid form, where you can perform this hydraulic process. Even some applications, some injection molding, blow molding process also, they're using some hydraulic machines in order to opening of the mold and close also. There you can use the hydraulic machines. Okay, in this press forging process, how you will perform the why you have to select the hydraulic press. So in general, to maintain the uniformity and also high pressure to be made, we will prefer the hydraulic press. So obviously by using this press or a mechanical press to forge the metal, therefore it gives continuous forming at the slower rate. So suddenly you can apply the pressure that changes of the shape or forming can be obtained continuously with the slow rate only, which is a minimum changes of its shape and size, because repeated pressures can be applied using this hydraulic. Just you can switch on the switch, it can move from the top to bottom rammer. Okay, and here so many precautionary measures also should be taken into the consideration. So always a supervisor or worker can able to use the both hands. So then only you are at safe. Suppose if one button can on, other hand may keep in between the die, there is a chances of damage of your hand also. So that is why lot of precautions to be taken care while operating hydraulic presses also. Okay, and in this hydraulic press, very deeper penetration, you can able to provide deeper penetration, deeper reduction of the diameter, length can be increased. But also in this hydraulic press forging process, the better properties, that is more homogeneous properties, either mechanical, magnetic and electrical properties also can be improved in this hydraulic press forging machine. This equipment is expensive. That is what I have been telling. Why it is a expensive, hydraulic press is a more expensive. So in order to compensate the cost, we will perform more number of operations. Okay, we can do in mass production, and then only even one or two metals can you wanted to change, it is difficult to obtain. So more per shift, if you do some 1,000 components or 2,000 components, obviously you will perform some better reduction. So otherwise it is very difficult to reach the cost of the equipment. Initial cost is very high, so that you can able to perform even some regular works and some contract works given by the some other industries that also can perform in the same industry. Okay, so this is the principle of hydraulic press forging. So look at a three-dimensional hydraulic press forging. I hope even the student difficult to identify these type of presses. Whenever the major cities like Mumbai and Chennai and Hyderabad, etc., for large tonnage capacity presses can be obtained. So whatever the application of these hydraulic press, okay, so especially some what you call press, some changes its body parts and some connecting rods and crankshafts, etc. In majority of the engine parts also can prefer the hydraulic press forging process, because we can able to reduce the shape and size with the nominal force, and initial cost only little bit high. So once you have to perform parallelly, this many number of components can able to form in this hydraulic press forging process. Okay, so the company which is a some Davy company, and where the here also there will be two set of switches, red color switches will be there. When you switch on the one switch, it cannot be open, it cannot come down. If you apply both hands, then only that machine, okay, press machine will move up and down, and also the shape and the size also can be easily transferable, easily change its the shape and size with the minimum application of the pressure with the help of the hydraulic press. Okay, so let us see the important points related to hydraulic press forging. So hydraulic presses are load restricted machines. So these are the load restricted machines in which hydraulic pressure moves a piston in the cylinder. So how the piston cylinder moves, okay, so that is also principle in this hydraulic process only. So whenever the hydraulic pressure moves a piston in a cylinder, so there will be a cylinder. How the piston, this is the cylinder, piston can be move up and down, and how we can able to perform in a better condition. And this the hydraulic press, most probably the liquid, either oil and some example type of fuel to be used to for operated in a hydraulic press. So and the second point is another important point, the full press load. The full press load which is available at any point during the full stroke of the ram. So here there will be a ram is there, one ram central. So why, how will perform the ram up and down? So obviously full load, full press load is available at any point during the full stroke of the ram, full stroke of the ram. And therefore the hydraulic presses are ideally suited for extrusion type of forging operation. These machines are most widely used in extrusion type of forging operation. So another thing is third important point is due to slow speed. So obviously the moment of the mm, press, okay, it will be very slow, and contact time is longer at the dimetal interface. So look at, so there will be a inside die, these are the presses, and whenever this can be moved up and down with the reasonable form, and wherever it is a high capacity of the presses, due to low speed only, contact time is very longer at the dimetal interface, which causes the problems such as heat loss and workpiece and die deterioration. So this is another point I would like to discuss here, and also provide close tolerance forging. So what do you mean by close tolerance forging? So in general, for any component, handling the component it is too difficult. Why? Because it is a heated condition. Whenever by applying the heat in that workpiece, and it will be come out and changing its shape and size by application of the pressure and force with the help of the hydraulic presses. Okay. Another thing is, this also provides close tolerance forging. So instead of open, it is a closed die forging, means obviously you need to maintain the some close tolerances forging. So the close tolerances can be obtained in this forging process. And last but not least, hydraulic presses are more expensive. Hydraulic presses are more expensive than mechanical presses and hammers. Okay. So in this, hydraulic presses are more expensive than the mechanical presses and hammers, and obviously you can able to provide some close tolerances forging. Okay. Now let us see the another important type of classification regarding open die forging process, closed die forging process. So it is a self-explanatory. By seeing the diagram itself, can understand clearly open die forging process. What is meant by open die forging? So from the first figure shows, you can see clearly how they can able to allow the change of the shape and size with the open die forging process. Open die forging process. The first diagram shows that open die forging. So whatever the uh, dies in between the workpiece will be kept by applying the pressure only. You will get this type of shape and size. Okay, so that is why the closed and open die forging process are many applications such as industrial, automobile applications are widely used in industry. Okay, and coming to the closed die forging, open die forging is similar to that of open die, means similar to that of by putting in the two dies, then applying the pressure, you can able to obtain the closed die forging. And another thing is, third and important thing is the impression die forging. What is meant by impression die forging? So there will be one toy shape and some automobile sector shape. What are the shape will be there? Some integrated shapes. Okay. So obviously integrated shape can be obtained with the impression die forging process or integrated die forging process. That is why this is the one of the most important classification of die opening and what you call open die forging and closed die forging operation. Okay, I hope the students can understand clearly about the open die, closed die, impression die. So even you can write clearly, no need to, these are the three steps. So generally you can keep the stress. So this is the upper die, lower die, in between the workpiece. The workpiece means generally this is the diameter and this is the height and diameter. When you apply pressure, what will happen? So diameter reduction, height can be increased. Diameter is reduction, it will increase, and height also height can be reduced. So that is called open die forging. The same principle when a closed die is used, closed die forging. And similarly, if impression die forging means some complicated curves and some what you call some flash gutter applications, we can use this impression die forging process. Okay, so this comes under the closed die forging only. This is the subsection, sub classification of the uh, closed die forging. We will call it as this impression die forging operation. Now look at, these are the some example die set and forging steps for the manufacturing of an automobile engine connecting rod. So this you can see the some important applications: steering knuckle, rail, and flange. So these are the some three interested automobile engine components. Whenever you will perform this thing, obviously you need to have some good accuracy product can be produced. So one more thing. So this is a drop forging process. You can see the again it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 6 different steps is required to form the shape and size of the any component. First diagram which shows that, so it is a 3D form. So where you can able to take, get the final the ridge type or connecting rod. Okay, you can obtain. And first one is by taking a length of rod. Then the length of rod you can maintain the some what you call at the end. Either it may be a taper or rectangle or circular or a taper. So based on that only we will identify the that taper, and obviously there you can do this some what you call blocking operation. Okay, some blocking operation can be done, and what you call some edging may be done, and some other thing is this connecting rod are most widely used the drop forging operation. Okay, so the best application for the drop forging operation, and steering knuckle, rail, and flange are most widely used in this drop forging process. Okay, so another important thing, connecting rod manufacturing steps. So die set forging steps for the manufacturing of an automobile engine connecting rod. I know the system in all the colleges regarding the manufacturing process is concerned. So whenever the laboratories, the student where he can understand clearly about the concept or working procedure of the components easily, then only can able to applicable for the all these manufacturing steps. Performing a round piece in the open die arrangement, and enough space is formed using the block die. So some blocking also can be done. At the end, some transparent is there. If you apply the what you call some block, the blocking operation will be done. Okay, and finishing die is easy to boring part of final. Okay, and also in this case some extra material come out, that is called flash. Excess metal also will come out from this performing the two operations. That flash can be eliminated easily with the some knife and some of the grinding wheel process can be widely used. Okay, so this is what about the connecting rod manufacture steps. The first and foremost important point is performing a round piece in an open die arrangement. Okay, and second point is rough shape is formed using the block die. Any block die means, for example, this is a watch. When you wanted to apply here, the same shape can be obtained in this uh, application. Okay, and third important thing is the finishing die is easy to bring the part to mill. Okay, finishing die most widely these are used to bring the part to final tolerances and surface finish. Okay, and obviously these die set and forging steps are very essential in manufacturing. automobile engine connecting rods. Okay. So next let us see, these are the some important microstructure. Still, the people are understand about what is the microstructure of the forging operation. From the diagrammatic represent itself, we can see at the sharp corners, at the corners, the more type of grains should be formed. But wherein compared to the this is called machining process. They're thinking that machining press machines also can be forging operation can be used. And in this third one, casting no grain flow at all. So only while performing, they will keep the workpiece by performing the change of the shape by repeated hammers and pressing machines. Okay. So in these three diagrams, microstructure of forging, the first and foremost thing is the forging, where we are discussing in the last month only. And apart from that, bar stock and casting, no grain flow will be occur in this casting process. And also what you call bar stock or grain flow broken by the machining. Okay. So this is what about the comparison of the microstructure in any organization, so that you can able to avoid the term recrystallization. Therefore, they provide finer grains compared to the electric structure. Okay, resulting in improving the mechanical properties. Okay, so majorly the grain consulting, uh, grain old nuclei changes into the new nuclei. New nuclei are the transformation of the grains under grain formation. So the grain will become initially some grains are there, and this will elongate. This will elongate, and some other tools are there. And third also, okay, able to effect of the work is so flange, railway knuckle board. This is called flange can be used. Flange can be widely used in this type of forging process. Okay. Now let us see. These are the some more important points about the hydraulic press. Okay. So in the press forging, or sometimes you can call it as that press is a machine, or we'll call it as machine forging process. Okay. And in that we have discussed about hydraulic press. What are the important advantages, limitations of the hydraulic press? And one more thing is, these are the real industrial example for hydraulic press. The tonnage will be more than 1000 tonnage capacity can be used. So there is a series of workpieces red hotted in condition, so that it can be handled very cranes, and some expert people are allowed to work together. Otherwise, if you sit in the system, difficult to hold perfectly. Okay. And coming to this closed die and open die forging process, again it can be subdivided into three types. One is the open die forging, second one is closed die forging, and third is impression die forging process. Impression die forging process. And the connecting rod manufacturing steps. So you can assume the connecting rod, or let us see, if you assume a spanner, how we will perform the spanner. Okay, so the major connecting rod and some spanners. Okay, some spanners, wrenches, adjustable wrenches can be made by this forging process. And also comparison on microstructure. So you can easily observe. So you can see the how surface finish in the table, how surface finish in the glasses. All this comes under the interest for showing the some good thing for the uh, sake or benefit of the students. Okay. So here the forging true grain flow and bar stocks grain flow broken by machining, and in the third is the casting, there is no grain flow occur. Okay, this is what about the comparison of microstructure when we will discuss about the this microstructure using all type of metals. So sometimes steel is there, sometimes other than steel, copper, magnesium, etc. Different type of metals can be already used, and you can able to eliminate that thing. Okay, so this is what about uh, importance of mechanical properties, and where the workpiece has go under recrystalline temperature, and therefore it will provide the fine or better grains when compared to the cast dendritic structure, resulting to improve the mechanical properties. So in general, in this case, there are open die forging and closed die forging. I would like to discuss about the what are the advantages of open die forging, what are the limitations of open die forging, and finally this advantage of closed die forging is a better dimensional accuracy can be obtained in the closed die forging, but in the case of open die forging, accuracy can be maintained but not that much quality. Okay, and there you can able to see the open die forging, and impression means some complex shape. So whatever the complex shape and size already available in the mold, just by keeping in between the two mold, then you can apply the pressure or force to achieve the this goal. Okay, so this is what about the open and closed die forging operation, and these are the some 6 steps. There are basic 6 steps involved in the what you call involved in the doing the drop forging operations. Initially, first they will do the fullering operation, and this is a toothpaste, and at the end they can able to prepare the what you called connecting rods, and once here the edging can be done, and after that edging and at both ends can be performed, and also the final component can be obtained in the heated condition. The best example for this drop means steering knuckle, rail knuckle, and flange can be used in this uh, uh, forging operations. Okay, and apart from that, what is the basic effect of forging on the microstructure? Okay, effect of forging in the forging on microstructure. Basically, the first two grain flow in a casting process, and the bar grain flow broken by the machining. Machining means either lathe, milling, or drilling can be performed better. And last but not least, casting. There is no grain flow because all uh, you have analyzed, and lot of pores in nature can be obtained in this coming application, so that the metal flow during the forging provides fiber microstructure. Okay, this structure gives the better mechanical properties such as mechanical strength and chemical strength, and advanced properties also can be obtained. Some regular type of applications may be maximum strain but lower across the thickness. And finally, workpiece offered undergo recrystallization, therefore provide fine grains compared to the dendritic structure, resulting the improved mechanical properties. Okay, so good luck students about this press forging. So press forging, and these are very important for the examination point of view. Even whatever the press mission, we can able to recall either manufacturing or pneumatic, and some other hydraulic type of presses are used to operate this type of press forging machines. Okay, so and this is the hydraulic press as already explained clearly, and this is what about hydraulic press forging, where you can perform the shape and size with the red hotted metal, and obviously closed tolerances can be maintained in the forging only when it is in closed die forging. When it is a open die, it is difficult to maintain the uh, mold in a closed format, and so that only it will be displayed in this hydraulic press forging. Okay, and these are the open die, closed die operations, and these are the some effect on microstructure on a forging. How do you transfer? How do you analyze the microstructure? Either it may be a machining in the sense the lathe machine, drilling machine, and other related machines. And when you wanted to understand clearly the grain structure resulting A, B, C. A is forging, okay, B is machining, and C is casting. And the first and foremost important point is the formation of grain structure. Formation of grain structure in forged parts, which is elongated, and direction of the deformation will be occur. And the second important point is the metal flow during the forging provides fibrous microstructures. That is what we can't take in the ready-made. Okay, and also the structure gives the better mechanical properties in the plane of maximum strain, but lower across the thickness. Whenever you go, the thickness can be minimized and maintained in this type of drop of effective thickness, and the workpiece has been undergone due to recrystallization. Again, the term recrystallization can be defined as it is the transformation of old nuclei into new nuclei, and so that finer blank and finer grains are obtained compared to the cast dendritic structure, resulting in improved mechanical properties. So I hope this is what about the some comparison of microstructure. Only the forging only you can see in the at the ends only some sharp corners cannot be provided, so that you can maintain the good microstructure compared to other process like casting and fabrication process like welding, etc. Okay, so this is about the brief introduction about the press forging, and where you can use the different type of presses like mechanical, screw type, and automobile. Okay, and some microprocessor controlled presses also can be widely used with some different type of application of the mechanical. Okay, so okay, good luck for this today's session. In the next session, I would like to discuss about the some important forging defects, and what are the advantages, and how do you get the limitation of these forging defects. In detail, we will discuss in the next session. Okay, good luck.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.